trying to think of more that I needed to do.
I'm going to try out for the Quidditch team next term.
Well, guess what? You may not get in. Alright, so let's collect some beans. Actually, I'm not sure if we still have enemies. Well, they don't seem to be visible here. But I think there is the possibility of you getting killed, but it's really rare to die on the last day. So yep, here's our spam load of beans, and it turns out I'm not the only one who goes here. I mean, I was watching someone's long play of this game, and it was a walkthrough, so there was no commentary. And apparently they kept on coming here every time to actually clear out Fred and George's shop and do the gnome tossing. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna fill up on some beans, and then once I fill up on some beans, I'm gonna explore a lot of Hogwarts, make sure I did get every single chest. So yeah, besides getting a spam load of beans, this one room pretty much had one lost and found item and one chest with a wizard card in it. So yeah, there is actually a point of coming to this room rather than beans and a pumpkin. Now, you're probably asking, considering that I'm going to have a few sessions of me trying to get 100% in this game, will I have Super Sajak back? Possibly. But I can't guarantee it. And once I get 100% of this game, and by 100% I would mean getting all wizard cards, I mean, if I lost the Quidditch match, then I would go without the Quidditch Cup. But since I got the Quidditch Cup, you see it's only an item, so it's not needed at all. And of course, this is not really needed at all, and yet this is given as an item. So if this is given as an item, wouldn't it feel better if we had something here? Or at least Ginny's Thanes right here? But apparently not. So the books we get is our books on famous witches and wizard cards, so yeah. And we still have a lot more to collect. But the majority of these are going to be at the gnome tossing and the gnome tossing and the flying. So that's what our main focus is kind of on right now. Wow, did beans actually reoccur just by pressing the ivory button? Or pressing the Z button? I might as well just do that rather than just leaving the room. Okay, no, I was looking at a book last time, so let's see. What are those? Oh yeah, those stars just say another destination, so yeah. So these are our book of spells, so of course, chapter 1 and all that. And of course, telling us how to build up spells and whatever. And then of course, the knockbacks jinx Flipendo, which we've already gotten. Lumos, which is to light up dark areas and of course find secret walls and stuff to push. The Severing Charm, which is used to cut tapestries. And Mastering of Dueling, Expelliarmus. And it's the wrong Expelliarmus. Reflects an opponent's spell back at them. No, it's supposed to actually expel the wand from their hand or at least pulse them back. So the Expelliarmus dueling charm lies at the heart of a good dueling technique. Expelliarmus allows the duelist to rebound an opponent's spell in hope that the rebound spell will strike the opponent and leave him or her vulnerable to further attacks. So yeah, it says nothing about fighting back prefects or people who whatever. I mean, this is mostly used for like the dueling and of course versing against that gargoyled. And then And then Scudge, which clears ectoplasm. So this is to actually clear ghost ectoplasm and stuff. And then Avifors, which is to transform small objects into birds. It's kind of sad that these spells are not going to be much of use anymore. And then, of course, Incendio, which was kind of used a lot more than any other spells. So burns items, including webs. And then, of course, our little key locking spell. So yeah, you can actually select spells as you're actually looking in this book. Alohomora. This book you had to get from Fred and George's shop for 100 beans. And by doing this, you can actually unlock a few chests that need Alohomora. So that's pretty much what Alohomora is for you to get more wizard cards. It's not a needed spell to complete this game, but the rest of the spells you do need. So Alohomora is optional, but it's needed to get 100% to get all wizard cards. I think the main 100% of this game is pretty much getting all wizard cards. School records. Okay, so we still need a distinction in flying lessons, but I don't think it really matters. And then, of course, Gryffindor has won against Slytherin, and then Hufflepuff won against Ravenclaw in the last match. So that's pretty much the positions of placement of... yeah. Pretty much the only difference between the House Cup and the Quidditch Cup is the placement of Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. Okay, and this is Hogwarts of History, where we can actually read about the Chamber of Secrets. But since I'm either a terrible reader or just too lazy to read, then I'm sorry, but reading from me is not going to happen. Then, marauding with monsters, so you can actually learn how to, survive against them. So, the Herklump, or gnome, whatever it is, so it's an animal vegetable. So we had to actually get this book to actually find out how to fight up these enemies, and it's easy as picking them up and throw them, which was kind of lame. And then we get gnomes, which we learned before getting this book. Then, of course, the impish Idiosyneresis, I don't know how to pronounce them. We confronted these guys way before getting this book. And then this guy, oh man, these guys are such a pain. You either flip them over, or you have to flip them over and burn them by Incendio. And then Dire Dog Spirits. These guys are actually, we only meet them once, which was at the Whomping Willow. But the thing is, on the PlayStation 2 version, these guys can be found anywhere at nighttime. And of course, the only time you need to go outside at nighttime is pretty much when you have to go to Herbology to actually get the spell book for the Severing Charm, and then of course Hagrid's Hut for the Spider's Trail. So yeah, apparently these Dire Dog Spirits do appear among the fields, and then of course you have to avoid prefects, so it's much more of a challenge on the PlayStation 2 version. You get more freedom to actually walk around on the grounds, but in this version you get shortcuts, which is absolutely lame. Okay, apparently beans are not recurring. So, time to go back out and then come back in. We're pretty close to 100, I believe. Okay, so 2 more, and then I'm done. Okay, so what's our 100 bean flavor? Blackberry. Alright, so now that we have 100, let's hope not to lose them. Oh, and let's create some music. Without the spell going up the stairs. Wait. your tone, Harry.
Alohomora!
That's much more better. Anyway, there's a door here. Let's make sure there's nothing here. No, I think there's fire crabs in here. Yeah. So it is possible to die, and of course these guys are such a pain when dealing with them, so you can actually lose beans and health still. And of course we don't have any more, we don't actually have any potion in our vials, and of course we need one more from Fred and George's shop, but that may not happen until after I get 100%. I just want to get through the gnome tossing and the flying, because those things are such a pain in the ass. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much cleared for this entire secret hallway. The only thing that I would ever go back in there for is the beans.
You played really well in yesterday's match, Potter.
Thank you! And it was cancelled in the movie and the book. So, yeah, I hope I did well. Now, I doubt there's any more reoccurring chests in these classrooms. And also, some classrooms actually has that deadly hand that basically strikes you if you run towards it. And that's another possibility of how you can die. Another possibility is pretty much the flying books in where was it? Oh yeah, we traded cards with her, so we can't talk to her again. Is the flying books in the library?
I collect famous witches and wizards cards. Do you?
I guess.
I'll give you a card number 61.
Stop looking at us.
Sweeting. For a number 77, Norval Twonk. I don't have that card.
Okay, what are you two looking at?
Stop it!
Can we talk to
I'm
one
glad
of
the
them?
Quidditch season's over. I think it's a stupid game.
Alright. But yeah, pretty much, whoa, what the heck? Oh, apparently we can come back in this area. Anyway, no need. Now, I know I have 100, but I'm not going to use that 100 to get the potion vial. Now, I think I'm pretty much wasting my time, so I'm just going to go down and do some gnome tossing. The #1 challenge that we all hate. Right, kids? Alright, so looking at the time, it's 10 to 2, so I basically recorded this for about 50 minutes, about-ish. So 50 minutes. So this session is almost last an hour. So I have no idea what part this is. This is probably part 3 or 4 for this session. So yeah, we can never return to the dungeon again. Wait, we can? I thought we could never return to the dungeon. I guess we can. Nice. So the question is, are there Slytherin pricks down here? I always thought we could never come down here again. Either they're hiding in the shadows or there's no prefix in this. But yeah, I guess this kind of increases your chances of actually getting wizard cards that you missed. Wait, what the heck? There's a chest here? And it has a wizard card in it! Thank God! Thank God that I can come back down here!
Number 43, Cyprian Yaudel.
Okay, so there's actually one student that was asking for Cyprian Yaudel. I don't remember who, and I don't remember if it was during the session one student asked for it. So the only Quidditch referee to ever be killed during a match. The originator of the curse was never caught, but believed to have been a member of the crowd. So now that we have a double card, there's at least one student that we can trade with. And we can go into where Malfoy was. So, who's here? But there's doors opening. Harry, this is scary as hell. Rah! Alright. Let's not get all scary. There's kids watching this Let's Play. So yeah, thank God I can actually come back down here because I didn't know there was a wizard card that I still had to get down here. But now that I got it, and now that I know that I can always come back down here, then hey, you know what? I might as well be like some sort of video game comparison mythbuster, you know? I don't know if you can come back down here on the PlayStation 2 version, but you certainly cannot go back to Diagon Alley in this game. Anyway, now that I have 100 beans, and I got that one wizard card from the dungeons, and then of course the wizard card from Onimaru's bathroom, I'm gonna go and do some gnome tossing. The #1 challenge we all love to hate, right kids? I wonder if Hagrid's around. Considering that now we know that Hagrid's not behind it and that it's one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, or at least Dumbledore doesn't know it's a Horcrux until after we discover that what's-his-name was talking to Tom Riddle about Horcruxes. I don't remember if we actually got the chest that was here. I mean, there's an available chest somewhere, but I don't remember where. And we can never come back in here.
The door's locked.
So yeah, Spider's Trail, adios. And good riddance, too. Psst. Could have swore there was a chest somewhere around here. Guess not. Let's set Hagrid's fire or campfire on fire. Apparently we can't. Oh well. You know, considering the fact that you can't really explore these grounds without having to use your Nimbus 2000, I wonder if there's like, you know, the possibility that in the PS2 version there's wizard cards on the field where you can't walk.
What's happening to my broom? I must have hit a magical barrier.
And yeah, we cannot enter the Quidditch. Actually, yeah, we can enter the Quidditch Stadium again. And that's mostly to actually do Quidditch practice. It's unnecessary, but you can go there. Wait a second. Where are all the rocks? Yeah, Harry, that looks interesting. Where's the half rainbow? Half rainbow, where'd you go? The half rainbow's gone! Okay, I'm just making sure that this thing is actually down to my mouth, because if it has been up all on my head all along, that would actually suck. I'm guessing this is another possible area where gnome tossing is, or flying. One of my favorite areas, I don't remember if it's for gnome tossing or flying, and let me see if I can actually find it, is this area. This is like the biggest area you can explore. I mean, you can go all the way down here, all the way to this door that you cannot open. Harry, that's not interesting at all. Then, of course, you get this area. You can't use that door. I think the student is like somewhere like right here or something. I don't remember where. But hey, this is like a whole area that you can explore on foot, but only once. And then you can go all the way down here, and then come to this area. Yeah, so it kind of sucks that the freedom is destroyed out of this version compared to, well, compared to the PS2 version. I mean that totally sucks. And then of course flying's the only time that you can actually manage to actually get some sort of freedom in this game. Oh, blue ones. Blue ones are rare. Blue ones are seldom. Basically, what they do is that they give you 10 beans. So, let's talk to Neville. So, racing or gnome tossing? I usually like to leave the things that I usually like for last, so let's do some gnome tossing. I know some people may be opposite, but whatever.
The gnome throwing record's there to be beaten, Harry. Why don't you have a try? It'll cost 30 beans.
Okay, gender-confused woman. I wonder how close or far I have to be, because those reins look incredibly close. Son of a bitch. Let's try again. Okay, that's 50, but that's still not good enough, considering we only have 2 gnomes left. Son of a bitch! I better get some double reins here. I hope son of a bitch doesn't become my catchphrase, because that became Dean Winchester's catchphrase in Supernatural. Damn it. That was BS. Let's try that again. And that was BS.
The gnome throwing record wasn't beaten
Shut
this
the
time,
up.
Although you didn't beat the record last time, Harry, how about another go? It'll cost 30 beans.
And of course I'm down to 70, which means I can only try this twice. And then I'll be down to 10, which should be enough for flying. But seriously, the gnome tossing, why did you guys put this in this game? It's irritating as hell. Nobody likes the gnome tossing, period. I'll admit, even though direct movie to gaming is crap, I'll admit that this game is pretty good. But the gnome tossing is bullcrap. Yes! Oh yeah! That was awesome, and I didn't even go through the yellow rain. I just went through the blue and green. That was awesome.
You managed to beat the record, Harry.
Yeah!
And win a wizard card.
Oh my god, I managed to beat the record! Oh yes! Yes!
Wait till I tell Ron and Hermione about this! Oh yeah, by the way, Ron and Hermione, we do not see them at all throughout the rest of this game, which means we feel forever alone. So we don't see them until we actually go to the Great Hall.
Number 19. Newt Scamander.
So he still exists, and then he's lived to be over 100 years old. Celebrated author of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Okay, let's see what more of Gnome Tossing needs to be done. Seriously, they're like random locations. Hey, that's where Neville was, and now I'm up here.
Bet you can't throw a gnome further than the current record.
Don't curse it, you stupid
Fancy
Slytherin.
try. It'll cost 40 beans.
Ooh, just enough. But 40 beans, seriously? If you had 100, you could only try this twice. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh no, come on. How many gnomes? 2? So I only get 4, and I have to beat Fred's stupid record? I doubt Fred even did this. Oh my god, stop it! I hate this. Come on, I better get, like, through
You beat
Wait.
the record.
I did?
Have a wizard card.
Yes! Oh my god, I beat the record! Oh!
But since I'm down to 0 beans, I have to go back and get more.
Number 20. Wendelin the Weird.
Okay, so medieval dates unknown, alleged to have enjoyed being burnt at stake so much that she allowed herself to be captured 14 times in various disguises. Whoa! Okay, I know that in the old times, whenever a witch was like caught in the non-magical world, they were burned at stake. But for a witch to actually do it 14 times, so enjoying being burned at stake. Okay, if she enjoys being burned at stake, then I'm pretty sure she would enjoy the eternal pit of fire in hell or something. I mean, that is just insane. I mean, who the heck would even do that? Alright, so now that we've done this, I know maybe solo commentary is not really fun at all. And of course, watching the gnome toss in itself and then me getting the beans all over again is not really fun. So what I'm going to do is collect some beans, come back, so I'll cut this part out.